Jay-Z tells Drake to give Cole a hit record? Let's go. Apparently on Act, you got audio of people talking about Jay-Z allegedly, because they know video of it. Jay-Z telling people at a party, hey Drake, man, get this dude a hit record. Let's check it out.
Let me find it on Twitter. I know Twitter's gonna have it. Essentially, he said that Jay-Z told him, yo, go get a hit song from Drake because you need a hit, right? Jay-Z, Drake, J. Cole, which, I think this is more of a J. Cole thing than it is a Drake thing, because it shows that J. Cole, who was seen as by many people the prodigy of Jay-Z, and I mean, he pretty much rapped about trying to get the approval of Jay-Z and wanted acceptance of Jay-Z, just like many other people. Like, for example, Kanye West, even down to the whole song Big Brother was him basically kind of courting the acceptance of Jay-Z. And you got to understand why that was very important. Essentially, there was some hiccups and there was some rocky times. And apparently, according to, I believe, J. Cole himself, right? Apparently, according to J. Cole himself, he said that, the headline says, J. Cole says Jay-Z asked Drake to give him a hit record. I don't know if we could find the exact clip where he says it. But we all know the history of them. And you got to imagine, if you sign me and you're my big homie, Drake looks up to you type shit, why the fuck would you make me, that was a belittling move if you ask me, right? Here we go. Let's see if we can figure out when he said it. Is there an audio version of it? I think there is an audio version of it, unless I'm tripping, right? I thought there was an audio version of it, unless I'm tripping about this. Am I tripping, or it's not from his podcast? I guess Rob
Go
Martin.
back to 2010, 2011, J. Cole, he signed the first artist to Jay-Z's Roc Nation. It's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of excitement. But in order to get his debut album out and into stores, he's getting pressure from the label and his label boss, Jay-Z, saying that he needs a hit single so they can build anticipation for this album. And it's a tough time creatively for Cole. It's a lot of pressure. Plus, he's looking around at the other blog era rappers, and Wiz Khalifa got a hit with Black and Yellow. His career's taking off. Big Sean's career's taking off. Kid Cudi's career's taking off. Wale got his debut album out. His career's taking off. And Drake is just killing shit. Then you had the Jay-Z and LeBron James party, and the most embarrassing thing happened. Ibrahim Hamad, Dreamville president, tells this story on The Inevitable. This is the audio series that he has with J. Cole and Scott Laser. I'm gonna read his quote right now. We're having a conversation. Me, Cole, Drake, Future. I don't know who else was there. A couple more people. So then Jay-Z walks in and he sees all of us together and he goes, yo. And he looks at Drake and he says, yo, get the boy one. And points at Cole. Basically, give him a hit. Then Cole says about him and Drake, mind you, there's a legit competition. Commercially, it's not, but culturally, it's still a competitive sport. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds horrible. And I'm sure Jay didn't mean to embarrass Cole.
Cap. I really wanted to play the audio of the manager, Ibrahim. That's J. Cole's manager. I want to play that. Let me tell you.
I think the problem was around that time, it's kind of like, your brothers, all y'all go to the same school, or you about to go to the same school as them, you younger than them. So when you go up there, they got expectations of you because you are, closely related to those people. So in that sense, Cole is, closely related with all them cats because that was his class that he kind of came in with. So he looking like, what you gonna do? And he probably, and then he just got signed to Jay's record. So he got a lot of pressure. Plus he young, he's trying to navigate, trying to be that guy like everybody else, but everybody else is coming up before him. So he had a lot of pressure. Cole had bars back in the day, but he wasn't making no hit records. It wasn't to that song where he had the TLC sample that really got a hit record, but before then it was like, what you gonna do? So he had a lot of pressure on him.
Jay-Z's an artist himself. He's not some detached, out of context sucker. It's like he was sonning J. Cole. Or, it's like, but like this. Women know this, right? Say you're in a relationship with a guy and that guy gets around another girl and you see him giving her more compliments or whatever. And you're going to kind of feel away, be like, damn, why don't you have that demeanor towards me? Granted, I get it. This isn't that. And this is, hold on, and this is mostly just Drake, or not Drake, Jay-Z kind of, I think he's sending Cole a message like, yo, yeah, Cole's doing all this rapping, but this nigga can't make a fucking hit song. So he's trying to, it's definitely embarrassing, but he's definitely putting it out there like, yo, this is what I need you to do. Get a hit. Now,
I think Jay-Z was up in there drunk, probably on that Ace, whatever he was drinking back then. And he already had a feeling like, man, this dude need to make a hit, but he didn't tell him. He was probably like hinting shit to him subtly, but at the party, he, was feeling himself, so he kind of threw that up there, put it out in the open. It's kind of cold-blooded and said, if you want me to do something, come and tell me personally, man. Don't blurt it out in front of a bunch of people. Now you put more pressure on me to try to, drop something.
I personally feel like Jay threw that nigga under the bus. If you're going to say in front of Drake, who Drake is his competitor, his peer, and this is making sense to me why J. Cole never thinks he could be number one. If the nigga who signed you basically, while you're in the beginning stages of your career trying to figure out how to make it and mold your career and brand, your boss, your idol, says to you in front of the competitor, yo, throw my dog a bone. Give him a hit. Please help him out because I can't even help his bum ass out. I see why J. Cole's demeanor is that he's a middle child. Like, he's basically
That's
cool with being number
embarrassing.
3. He's not a guy who has gotten the confidence. I'm going to just be honest with you. I think Jay-Z probably killed his confidence. Right? Why the fuck are you got to talk about your guy like he's better than, he's better than sliced bread. I guarantee motherfucking Lil Wayne wasn't pulling up to no other nigga saying, yo, bro, help the boy Aubrey out. He need one. Yo, he need some bars. He need this. Could you help him out?
But if he did, that would have, hurt Drake confidence the same way, just because both of them need that validation. Like, man, you the dude, you the dude. You know what I mean? I think we all need it, especially early on in life. You need that confidence, but some people, they just got that drive and that hunger. And I think Drake kind of had to get that embedded in by going with Cash Money, and they kind of put that in, gave him that juice. Cole, I mean, he almost got it with Jay and them, but I don't think he had the backing like Drake.
Hell nah. That's the thing about when somebody's your idol. The way how they view you helps you to understand and shape the viewing of yourself. It helps your self-confidence. Put it like this, and this is why I think that's a sucker move by Jay-Z. Yo, if that's your man's, just like how Dame Dash and other people brought you into rooms, and by the way, Puff did it with Biggie, brought him into rooms and said, yo, this my artist Big right here. He gonna tear anybody's head off in this fucking building. Anybody want to rap battle? What up? And I got money on it. What's poppin'? Dame did that with Jay. Puff did that with Big. Like, we hear about these like.
But you don't know about if Jay did that or not. We don't really know, you know what I mean? He could have did it, and we just ain't heard about it. And that shit didn't help, because, I mean, to make a hit record, yeah, you got to get you. It ain't the easiest thing to make a hit record, you know what I mean? Especially when you a bar-heavy dude at that time. It's not that simple.
These conversations of these artists on the come up, almost like testing their talent, but the people they rocking with is 100,000 down with them. Like, yo, this is my man DMX. Yo, he'll kill any of you niggas in here. What up? He down to battle. What's up? And sometimes we never seen, like a lot of these were in the studio type of shit. We hear about Beanie Siegel. Like, bro, nobody's saying, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he all right. But yo, could you help him out real quick? That sounds like some sucker shit. That's some sucker shit. Let me tell you this. Even if, and by the way, Jay was right. The nigga didn't need a hit. But you don't say that in front of him and in front of the competitor to embarrass him. That's why J. Cole been a beta male, rap-wise, just rap-wise, for a decade. Jay was embarrassing him. You cooked your own artist. Put it like this. Anytime if I'm Drake, now it makes sense why Drake finally let that nigga after 10 years get his shit off on one song, first-person shooter. Because that nigga could never ever rap to me and tell me he the best when your own man's told me I needed to help you to get started. Stop playing, nigga. You got cucked by Jay. And to me, I'm going to be honest with you, give me Big Brother vibes. Not going to call Jay a hater.
I mean, if you from the streets and you got that hunger, man, you going to tear anybody down. I think that's where it came back full circle with the beef, with the battle. Like you said, middle class kids, Drake and, Cole, they not really about that life where they going to get real, like, I'm about to go anybody and murder them. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't think Cole had that hunger in him. Like, he had the bars and he wanted to get there, but he had hunger like, fuck Drake, I'm about to kill anybody. What you need me to do? Give me the ooh-wop, nigga, like they said on the movie. I'm about to take anybody's head off, bro. You got to have that mentality, especially early on.
But when we think about Kanye and how great he is the greatest hip-hop artist ever. Second is Tupac, the greatest hip-hop artist. Artist, not rapper, artist. Kanye was even crying about, my big brother was Big's brother. He never got that really embracing from Jay that he kind of yearned for. Now, I've always looked at that to say, I thought Jay didn't embrace Ye to the certain level that he probably wanted to, because he wanted that, or the oldest sibling is always, their fuck-ups get explained. Oh, well, I had that kid. I didn't have a job. I was going through a tough time. I was living at 3 places. So their fuck-ups is always explained. Every other sibling but the last, when you have now big brothers and big sisters and a more established family structure, they look at you like, if you want the same type of acknowledgement, because the oldest, he could do anything and get acknowledged. You, what you gonna do? The same thing they already did? So you gotta be spectacular. Yep. So I always kind of looked at that to be like, maybe Jay don't want to give Kanye that love and embracing that he seemed like he was yearning for, because he wants him to outperform. He wants to.
That's how I was, man. I had 2 brother and sister, man, 4.0 students, bro. So as soon as I came into my high school, they asked me, oh, Mr. Gladney, what you gonna do? And man, that fucked me up, dude. To where I was just like, fuck it, man. I'm about to just, wild out. So I was out there smoking and cutting class. Cause you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not about to live up to this, dude. I'm not about to get no 4.0. That's for damn sure. So I just said, fuck it and have fun. But it put a lot of pressure on me, to say the least.
Fuel that fire within him to go be great, to force Jay to do it. And if that was the situation, I was like, that's amazing. And it worked. But I'm going to be honest with you, Kanye's not J. Cole. And J. Cole ain't Kanye. I think J. Cole's confidence was shaken to the core, and the beta male rapper who ends up, you know what? I'm blaming Jay-Z for J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick. If you never cooked that nigga like that, he wouldn't be talking out both sides of his mouth. We the big three like we started the league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Kendrick says, fuck y'all big three. Oh, never mind, big homie, my bad. Yeah, you the best. Like, what type of cook? Weird, like, yo, what the fuck? I think Jay-Z created that. You shook that boy's confidence. You told him in front. This is why every time he got on stage with Drake, it was always, oh my God, Drake, thank you for saying I'm number 3. And I'm like, what type of nigga is so happy that Drake keep patting him on the back, calling him number 3? But of course, because...
But Drake would, pat him on the back too. So both of them was kind of doing that shit to each other. So I don't think it was really so much of a thing that Jay had, clowning back in the day that made him become this person where he's real passive. I think he was always just passive, you know what I mean? Jay could have pumped his head up like, bro, you the man, and gave him that extra confidence like they gave Drake. But then you look back, Kendrick really didn't need that shit. All he did was like, hey, nigga, you got it. Take it over. They just handed him the baton. So I think it really come down to what kind of dude you is. Like, you know what I mean? If you're a passive person, you're going to let a lot of shit slide.
Jay-Z planted in his head that, in my mind, Drake got to give you something for you to get there. So you can never be better than that guy if he got to give you something. I think Jay-Z cucked J. Cole. That's my opinion. Let me see if I can find this shit. I'm trying to find it. Oh, by the way, this is an old clip too.
When I first signed to Jay, like, all I want to do is drop a classic. I didn't care about it. That shit could have sold 3,000. I was like, man, your first album's supposed to be slept on. But it's got to be an Illmatic, boom, boom, boom. And once I signed to Jay, and this nigga was like, nah, you're not putting an album out till you got some fucking hits. And I'm like, oh shit, I had a trial and error for a year and a half, 2 years. Workout was like, I squeezed that shit out last minute. But it's like, that was an unnatural space for me. Even if you listen to it, it's like, I can't even hear that shit back because I'm trying. But through all my trying.
Yo, I'm blaming Jay for everything, man. Jay, if you didn't cut.
Nah, man, it's the pressure, bro. Like, that pressure, is going to force you to do some shit you don't want to do, and it ain't natural. So he up there trying to force out hits, and shit wasn't hits. You know what I mean?
This nigga in front of Aubrey Drake Graham, maybe he would be the GOAT. Because he got the talent, he just don't got the heart. He like the Tin Man or the Lion from Wizard of Oz. Like, we just can't believe him, right? Got all the skill, he just don't got the heart to do it. That's the problem with J. Cole, okay? You basically got this nigga, and if you think about J. Cole's whole career, it's always been, like, when it comes to basketball, a lot of things, when you talk about Kobe Bryant, you know what people say? That's the Black Mamba. It's like, it's part of his mystique and, like, his legacy is having that determination to win, to be the best, number one. That ain't J. Cole. And I want to blame it on Jay-Z.
Over the years, that shit turned into, like, I grew superpowers. So then by the time Force Down came out, I was smacking the bitches out.
Of course, like, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't respect that nigga no more after that anyway. I see.
I think eventually Cole was just like, I'm going to do me, man, which is going to be that chill dude who makes tracks. I don't want no problems. I'm going to talk shit, have bravado on the track because that's what MCs do. But at the end of the day, I'm not a take your head off type nigga. I'm just going to be me. And I don't think he never had that. I mean, I think Drake wanted it. Drake would step on anybody, get what he wanted. So he was like, if I got to fuck somebody up, I'm going to do that shit. But at the same time, Drake was pushed to have that mindset, a whole bunch of yes men. When you the top dude, everybody telling you, yeah, man, you the guy, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. And he started believing that shit to the point where Kendrick came up on him and he just thought he could do whatever to Kendrick and he got proved wrong. But that's how people pumping your head up can backfire, man, in a massive way. Because they pump your head up when they're not telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
You know how Drake and J. Cole relationship was like that. I remember watching this. Like, J. Cole be looking too happy to be around Drake. And I'm like, nigga, like, what? $230,000. The problem with J. Cole is he came in the game just trying to be in the game. Drake came in the game, and first 6 months in, once he's officially in the game after his first LP drops, you know what he says? Last name ever, first name greatest. Like, the nigga owns it. He starts by basically shooting at the crown. He basically takes He did what LeBron did when LeBron tatted Chosen One on his back, which means put the pressure on me because I am him. I'm him. J. Cole is like SZA for rappers. It's like he don't want the full attention and pressure on him. Well, SZA's a woman, and we get it. She's all like, scared. Did you see her on Sky Stream? I ain't gonna say nothing because maybe Drake got another song working on it. I don't want to piss her off again. But she's shy. She's a shy woman. J. Cole look like he don't want the pressure or the attention for being the best. Like, even when he says it now, we're like, nigga, stop playing. You know you capping. Okay.
Fans are gonna come in and get one.
Exactly, that's how it should be.
Shit, whack anyway.
Got to pick up a fresh Montana one.
You got the fresh? Hell yeah. You should get Kelly Rowland for walking in on it. Now she got a basket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Why
right.
they- that's amazing. Why did they have like US French and then just like the juvenile?
Classic, go my way. Throw them shit in the car.
Yeah.
Hold it. Yeah, we should put out other
That does look like the vacuum.
Yo, so I just want to know, like, who's paying because the way my bank account
That's all me.
is set up is like,
Okay. So let me see if I can get what he supposedly said. So this is how it starts. It says, yo, so we're having a conversation, me, Cole, and Drake, and then Future the Prince, which is Drake's manager, Future the Prince. And so Ibrahim is saying this. He says, I don't know who was there, but there was a couple more people. And Jay walks in and sees us all together. And he
Yeah, man, I think it definitely could have helped J. Cole's, career if Jay would have, he could have pushed him harder and gave him that confidence, like, bro, you the man. But plus having other people back him, Jay got that pull. He could have did that. But I think Jay was like, hey, man, how I came up, is I made my own shit happen. So that's what Jay expected Cole to do. But, probably in the back of his head, he was like, man, I need somebody get this boy some help. You know what I mean? And instead of just letting him know, like, hey, man, I got this dude coming in and help you, which he could have. But don't just throw that man under the bus. Yeah, I feel that, especially at no party when it's a bunch of people around. Because that's going to be like, damn, man, now this nigga he up here disrespecting me, embarrassing me, and Cole, he too chill to speak on it. It's like, hey, bro, don't do that shit. Like, you ain't helping me. But, so I kind of feel what X saying, some of it, you know what I mean? But it's definitely a lot of pressure on you. But, like, that shit can backfire like we seen with Drake. Even though Drake had a damn near 15-year run. But now it's kind of coming back like it's biting him in the ass to have that false bravado. You feel me? But, yeah, if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe to the video, bro. We got some more shit dropping. And till the next time. Peace.